Well, good morning, everybody. This is Jim Feist in Las Vegas, Hank Goldberg in Florida. Hank, it was a fantastic Masters yesterday. I was glued to the television. Several players made a run, and Reed held on. I mean, he didn't have a fantastic day like he did on Saturday, but he held on, one under par for the day, and that was enough to do it. Fowler,
He didn't fold.
He did
he
not.
was cool.
Yep.
He made shots when he had to, and he was a cool customer. I was at Sal Marciano's house watching the game, the match, and Sal cooked for us, and we had a great time. Had a few people over, and it was riveting TV. And Spieth made a run, and Fowler made a run, but Fowler really made the most serious run at the end. But I'll tell you what was the deciding factor. After he bogeyed, Reed came back and birdied the next hole, got the shot back, and I think that was what did it for him. He just didn't choke, He just played good, steady golf and did what he had to do to win.
He never choked, and a lot of guys in the past at the Masters have choked, and he did not. And he was under a lot of pressure because, Rory really didn't put on much of a show, but Fowler and Spieth certainly did. It was great. It was great TV. I love the game of golf. I won some head-to-head stuff. I had Bubba to win it all, so I did not win that. But
I didn't either. But I had a bunch of guys against Tiger, and I won all of that except for one. And Phil came back yesterday and almost beat Tiger head-to-head because he was 5 under par yesterday. He had a good round. But Tiger managed to shoot 1 under yesterday. All the coverage of Tiger annoyed me. He didn't have a great tournament. He went out there and he had one good day. He had 1 under par round out of 4.
Well, they give a lot of attention to Tiger because he's a big TV draw, and it's all about money. When he's in a field, the ratings go up so high, the advertising rates go higher, the TV rates go higher, and that's what they're all about. It's about money. He's not the best golfer in the world. He's not even close to it. But it's about TV ratings. Money. Television is about money. So they're gonna deal the guy that the people want to watch.
They never showed Bubba in 4 days.
No,
he wound up 9 under par. He didn't have a bad tournament.
It was a very solid tournament. It was never really in contention, but he played solid. But like you said, they never showed him. All Tiger. It is a little bit disgusting, but that's the way it is. It was great. I enjoyed it. No complaints. Baseball season's underway. Been a lot of some of the big teams, the big 6 or 7, have not been producing profits. The kid for the Angels, Ohtani, is amazing. 3 home runs, pitcher. This guy, he's as talented as they said he was. So it'll be a while to determine just how good. Once the teams start to see him more and can make adjustments, maybe they'll be able to figure him out. But right now, he looks like a solid player. The NBA starts in a couple of days. Saturday, I believe.
Saturday, yeah.
And that's going to be exciting. I'm pretty amped up about the whole thing. I think it's good right now.
Yeah, I think, Philadelphia is an interesting story. They are really playing well right now. I think they haven't lost in a long time. And they've got a nice club. They've got a bunch of tall guys who are going to be tough to play against. They've got a point guard who's 6'10", and they may be the real deal coming in. And they've got an easy run for the first 2 rounds. They should be able to win easily, and we'll see what happens. Cleveland may have a little difficulty with them. but LeBron is on top of his game right now. Yeah, I was watching some analysts who were talking about LeBron, and his one weakness is that he's not strong on the free throw line. He's only like an 80% shooter at the foul line, and that sometimes that doesn't work for them in a close game.
Well, he's an amazing athlete. There's no question. I'm not sure what his free throw percentage is, but 80% would be pretty good. If he's,
okay.
If he's 60%, that's a different story. But I think that LeBron and the Cavs are going to be very dangerous in the East, because the East has got, every team has flaws. Philadelphia looks really, really good, but they're very young. I wouldn't count Cleveland out in the East.
No, I wouldn't count them out either. But I'd give Philadelphia a little bit of a shot because they've got an easy run for the first two rounds. Cleveland will be tested early.
Well, it's going to be interesting. The West, of course, is the West. It's loaded. A lot of good teams in the West. It's going to be interesting. I take it day to day, point spread to point spread. That's what I do, and I'm not going to project who's going to win it all, but it's probably going to come down to the Warriors or the Rockets. But
well, Curry's not going to be available for the first round, but he should be okay after that. So, and we'll see how far he can go.
Well, with ample rest, I think they'll be fine. They'll get through the first round, of course. Very deep team, well coached. The question is, are they hungry enough? They've done a lot, accomplished a lot, and sometimes they get a little lax. And Houston is very, very, very good. It's going to be super. Anything in baseball that you have seen that's interesting to you?
Yeah, Stanton has now had 5 strikeout games, and he's hitting 167 so far. And I wonder if he misses Mattingly's tutelage.
Well, home run hitters typically strike out a lot, but then they get on streaks. I mean, with the lineup they have and all that power, they're going to have games when they pop in 10, 11, 12 runs, and other games where they strike out 10, 11, 12 times between the 3 top guys. So it's going to be one of those kind of years.
2 games with 5 whiffs a game? That's not so good.
No, that's actually terrible.
And he's sitting under 200 so far, so he may need a little help right now.
Well, I mean, what do you want for a couple $100 million?
Yeah, exactly.
Hank, I know you have plays up today, so do I. Just ask the people out there to go to jimfeist.com.
Before we get off the subject of horse racing, we had a pretty good day Saturday. We picked the Exacta and we actually picked the Exacta in the race at Keeneland, which came in pretty good. And, of course, the one at Santa Anita justified all the hype around them as he went out there and beat Bolt Oro, who couldn't catch him. The announcers on the race were talking about the time of the race and how ordinary it was. But, time is for, as they say, people in prison. The horse went out and did everything that was expected of him. And I don't think that Baffert was looking for that horse to overly exert himself. And he will have him ready in Kentucky. And he's probably going to be the favorite going to Louisville now. But, he aired. He didn't have to work very hard. And Bolt Oro looked like he might have been a little tired from his last race. But I think the best horses are coming from California for the Kentucky Derby. Although Todd Fletcher is loaded in his barn with 3 stakes winners. There's one more, Oak Lawn, is the Arkansas Derby is this Saturday, and that'll be the last of the preps, but of the major preps. I thought that, Chad Brown's horse, who was upset in the last race in Florida leading up to the Florida Derby, he didn't run him in the Florida Derby. He took him to Keeneland, and he ran a big race. And Cassie's horse ran second. That was a good race, and he ran extremely well, and it was a decent payoff there. So we had that exacted for our followers, and we had the winner of the Woods. So it was another big day for us.
Well, congratulations on that, Hank. I expect those kind of results from you each week. It's been a long run, and I know how good you are at doing that. That's why we follow you. And
we had more winners than Old Chuck. But I'm glad to see Eddie Oldchuck back in business. He had a cancer bout, and he presented the trophy for the Santa Anita Oaks, and that was a nice thing they did with him.
Yeah, it is. Horse racing is it's an exciting 2 minutes, in sports, and I love watching it, and it's always better to if you can cash a ticket while you watch it as well. Same thing with the golf yesterday. I wish I could have cashed with Bubba, but he wasn't the guy this year. But anyway, Hank, our picks are up at jimfeist.com, and we'll talk again soon, Hank. Thank you.
All right, Jim. Have a good day.
You too.